rebuke thy neighbor.
So rebuke means correction. Just like how they show us that Christ is a white man by the Bible, we show that he's a black man, right? Because the first man is black anyway, right? The majority of the world is black, right? But they call us the minority. That's it.
And this is very important because as a people we gotta wake up. We have to wake up to who we are according to the Bible. Right? Because when we look over here, we see our brothers over here. He got drinks on the table. Right? You ain't seen a white man coming off and see you got a cruise ship right there. You ain't seen a white man coming down here and seeing down there drinking, banging a drink. Right? So but guess what? We're going contrary to the Bible. Me and I in First Peter.
The book of 1 Peter, chapter 5 and verse 8. Be sober.
Yeah, what the Bible says? Be sober. But guess what? We drunk. And guess what? That's what they want. That's the state they want us in. The prime ministers, the governments, the Chinese man, the white man, the Indian man want us to be in a drunken state. So when you're in a drunken state, you ain't gonna think. You ain't gonna think properly. You ain't gonna see all the lies they're pushing with the passports. So what I mean is, one of these election day, you're gonna see like maybe two big planes coming saying it. And when they come saying it, what they gonna do is a bunch of Chinese man or Indian man, and they say, you know what, we're going to go vote. And they put a candidate in. And guess what? If that candidate is a Chinese man, that Chinese man going to be the prime minister saying it. And guess what he going to do? He going to make laws for his people. But us as a people, we don't stick together. We out here just drinking our lives away. When the Bible tells us what? Be sober. So when the Bible says be sober, is a reason why you have to be sober, black man. Remember, look at your history. You're the only one that's been robbed. You're the only one that's been rebranded. The last name you have is not your original last name. If you have a name Williams, for example, Williams go back to a white man on a plantation. So what we here showing? We're showing what the Bible say. What the Bible say again? Be sober. So this is a warning to y'all. Be sober. Because they're robbing you to death. They're robbing you blind. And that's how they were able to rob us and put us in slavery. Because of the same kind of attitude. Where we ain't being sober. We're just going around drunk. We ain't seeing what's going on. We ain't seeing all them passports being sold. We ain't seeing the future that's coming towards us. Deuteronomy 28 verse 43. We're not seeing what's going on. And this is why we're here. We see it through the spiritual eyes. So when you get Deuteronomy chapter 20 verse 43, let me get Isaiah chapter 1 verse 7. Because this is very, very important. You got to listen to the Bible. The Bible is here. It's our book. It's our history book. And it's a warning to us. God sent us here to warn y'all what's coming. Read that in Isaiah.
Book of Isaiah, chapter 1 and verse 7. Your country is desolate. Your city are burned with fire. Your land, stranger, devoured.
You see that? God said what? What happened to this citizenship by investment program? What?
Your land, stranger, devour it in your presence.
See that? So in your presence of being drunk, God said what? Strangers what?
Your land, stranger, devoured it.
So God said, in our presence, our lands, strangers is devouring our land. They want all the benefits that come with the saying his passport. And all that is biblical. Let me hear that, read it over again.
Your country is desolate.
So God said our country is desolate. Read.
Your city.
Bastille. Bastille is a city, right? And what the other part, Elder? What the other part, Sandy Point was a city, right? Yes. Sandy Point. What God said?
Your cities are burned with fire.
Burned with fire meaning judgment. Read.
Your lands, stranger devoured it in your presence.
So God says strangers is devouring our land in our presence. When I look around, I see the black man present. I see his presence. But when I see him, he's either drunken, or he driving a Range Rover, and he's a whoremonger. What we read earlier about whoremongers. God the judge whoremongers. So we are living in sin. So we gotta understand, if we ain't want these people to come and take up our resources, we gotta come back to God. Right? So we're gonna read and show you all these strangers among us, them Indian man, the same Chinese people you see down there. Right? They're here for a reason. So let's find out what the reason is. I see y'all ears cocked, eh? Ah, your ears cocked, that's good. Listen to the word of God. Deuteronomy chapter 28 verse 43.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28 and verse 43. The stranger that is within thee shall get up above thee very high, and thou shalt come down very low.
You hear what the Bible says? Is that true, elder? Let's read that again. The stranger what?
The stranger.
The stranger is those outside of our race, like the Chinese man and the Indian man. Read.
That is within thee.
Because they come in saying it. They do the citizenship by investment. They got we saying his passport. Read.
Shall get up above thee.
See what God said? They're going to get above us. All them Indian people, God said what?
Shall get up above thee very high.
So God said they're going to get up above us very high. When you look at that building over there, that's a Chinaman building. That's one of the highest buildings in St. Kitts. So what God said, read that last part again.
The stranger that is within thee shall get up above thee very high.
So the Chinaman sitting high. That stranger come to St. Kitts, he's sitting very high. How many of us sit up the high? A lot of us can't sit the high. That's where he live, you know. That's where all the Chinese man they live. And that's where all the Indian mans they live. Because the ones them who rent in the spot, that's where they stay. So let's hear Bible prophecy again.
The stranger that is within thee shall get up above thee very high.
So while he getting high meaning he building this big building and he living up high, what gonna happen to us? That's a good question to ask, right? When he go up high, what gonna happen to us? When these Chinese men come here and take over these buildings, these rotten, pissy buildings, take them over, paint them up, and fill them with all kind of canned foods, poison food, even at the bed. That one at the bed, back in the day, that used to be a piece of crap back in the day. Now it paint up and it look nice, it got electricity and people coming and going, right? But God said, while that happening, what gonna happen to us?
And thou.
Hear what God say? And thou. Who is that? The Israelites. Right? What's gonna happen to us?
And thou shall come down very low.
Hear what God said? God sent these curses upon us. And these curses gonna serve as a sign. Let's see if that's biblical, right?
Verse 46. And they shall be upon thee for a sign.
He said for a sign, because earlier it says, and they, and these curses, meaning they mean these curses, right?
For a wonder, and upon thy seed forever.
So God said he's going to punish us forever if we decide to turn our backs on him forever. Forever, ever, ever, forever, ever, ever. So the choice is us. Are we going to choose life or death? Yeah, I don't give a fly already. Remember you were here last time we tell you about the pants? Remember last time you did show the garbage the same and we show you that the woman ain't supposed to wear no pants. You remember that?
Got everything wrong in this world, so.
Yeah, and guess what's right?
What's wrong about the pants?
Right, let's see what's right. You know what's right? Everything is wrong, that's true. You know what is right?
I know what is right from what is wrong.
What is right, sister? What is right? Talk to me. What your name be again? I forgot your name. Last time you didn't give me your name, but I forget.
So why you forget? That is wrong.
Because we're dealing with a lot of... Let's see if that's wrong. That's the thing. We gotta know what is right and wrong.
You know what? You're wrong to forget my name.
Okay, so let's see what's right, sister. Read.
Book of Deuteronomy, chapter 6 and verse 17. Ye shall diligently keep the commandments of the Lord your God, and his testimony, and his statutes, which he commanded thee. Verse 80. And thou shalt do that which is right.
Thou shalt do what is what?
Which is right and good in the sight of the Lord.
So what is right, sister? Let's read it, verse 17.
Verse 17. He shall diligently keep the commandments of the Lord your God.
So the commandments is what is right. Right? Here's what a commandment. Deuteronomy chapter 22 verse 5. So we know what is right according to the Bible, right? Right is God's commandments. So let's see one of the right commandments, right? Man, if you heard us earlier, we were talking about when a man sleep with a woman, the Bible says he got married, right? That's one of the right things we must do. It is right, right? Isn't it right? It's the right thing, but we don't do that. Do we do the right thing? No, we don't. God wrong, exactly. So here's another right thing we must do, sister, right?
Book of Deuteronomy, chapter 22 and verse 5. The woman shall not bear that which pertaineth unto a man.
So this is a law to the woman. Read that again.
The woman shall not bear that which pertaineth unto a man.
So what pertaineth unto a man that women wearing today? Ants. Continue. Yeah, skirts. Yeah. Here the sister. Let's say the verse finish. Read. It's for a man too. Here's a command for the men too.
Neither shall a man put on a woman's garment.
So what's a woman's garment that a man ain't supposed to put on? Garment. Dress. Exactly. Why is this important? Keep reading.
For all that do so are abomination unto the Lord thy God.
Hear what God say? You ever watch them Tyler Perry movies?
The man them that play woman don't get
Sis, don't let them fool you, know. Because you ever watch Tyler Perry movie? You ever watch Tyler Perry movies? Okay, and the movies that they play, right? They don't play things, right? So when you say the man they don't play the wear skirts, they're actually wearing the skirts, eh? So them wearing it is truth that the Bible is a true book. You see what I'm saying? The Bible is a true book because they're doing it today, right? Yeah, women wearing pants. They're teaching on the television that women could wear woman pants, right? But when we look at our grandparents, did they wear pants? Or like your great grandmother? You know your great grandmother? Any of them? You remember them, right? Do your grandmother wear pants? Exactly. So nowadays, so the Bible was written for the last days. And in the last days, curse is going to fall upon the Israelites. Right? And these curses going to be a sign. These curses.
What about those who don't wear no? Or they have on a skirt and it up here?
Right, okay. You're talking about the women who wear skirts. Okay, let's get Timothy 2:9. Right? So the sister asks a good question. What about them women who don't be wearing revealing clothes? Right? Is that a sin according to the Bible?
Because we stepping over.
Yeah, they everything out the door.
Everything out the door.
Right?
And if I even do so.
Yeah, they can't even do so. If the cell phone drop, they can't even pick it up because they end up like in the prison when they drop the soap. Let me get that. Let's get the understanding now, right?
Book of 1 Timothy, chapter 2 and verse 9. In like manner also, that women,
So this is for the women.
adorn themselves
You know, when you adorn yourselves, meaning you dress yourself. Right?
in modest apparel.
See that? In what apparel?
In modest apparel.
No, in skimpy dress.
In modest apparel.
In pom-pom shorts.
In modest apparel.
In woman pants.
In modest apparel.
See that? Modest apparel is when you wear skirts, right? So that if your cell phone drop, you can pick it up normal without causing your brothers to sin. Then we get Leviticus 19 and verse 17. So why is it important that the women must wear modest apparel? So what if let's say a woman might say, I feel like wearing my pom-pom shorts today. What kind of harm am I causing? Right? That's why we go in the Bible and see how it affects society. Let's see if a person wearing a pants, a woman wearing a pants, and a man wearing a skirt. What does that do according to the Bible, right?
The book of Leviticus chapter 19 and verse 17. Thou shalt not hate thy brother.
So God said, as brothers and sisters, we're not supposed to hate each other, right?
In thine heart.
In our heart. Heart means mind, sis, right? Heart is your mind. So in your mind, when you're doing things, you gotta think about your people, right?
Thou shalt in any wise rebuke thy neighbor.
So rebuke means correction. Just like how they show us that Christ is a white man, according to the Bible, we show that he's a black man, right? Because the first man is black anyway, right? The majority of the world is black, right? But they call us the minority. That's it.
People will
We're going to go to that.
Nobody never see Christ.
Right, let's go to that. Let's go to let me read this. We're showing you what rebuke is. We're going to finish this.
Man made the Bible.
Let's see. Let's see according to the Bible. You bring good questions. I love your questions. Let's see what rebuke means. Read.
Book of Psalms, chapter 39 and verse 11. When thou with rebuke dost correct man for iniquity.
Hear what God said? When he rebuke us, he does correct us because of iniquity. So when you go back to Leviticus chapter 19 verse 17, yeah. So we're going over what is rebuke according to the Bible, because they say that Christians always use that word. I rebuke you in the name of Jesus, but they don't know what that means. Right?
Because
Huh?
Why you think they don't know what it is?
Because because when you look at it, sis,
Somebody bothering me.
yeah.
And it's a rebuke. That means they must go.
Oh, that ain't what it means though. You hold it. You got that list. You hold it. The one in Psalms.
I want to have nothing to do with the person.
But when you look at the Bible, that's not the proper meaning of rebuke. So let's see what you're supposed to do when you rebuke. Right?
the book of Psalms, chapter 39 and verse 11.
So we into the book of Psalms. Chapter what?
39 and verse 11. Thou with rebukest,
So when God rebuke us,
thou correct a man.
so when God rebuke us, he correct us. Right? It's just like you're walking, and if you ain't watch where you're going, you buck it up. So God is guiding you, say you gotta look where you're going. So let me go to Leviticus now. We get in the proper context of rebuke, right?
Leviticus chapter 19 and verse 17.
Don't get distracted, sis.
Thou shalt not hate thy brother in thine heart.
So God tells us we're not supposed to hate each other in our hearts.
Thou shalt in any wise rebuke thy neighbor,
Hear what God said? You gotta rebuke your neighbor. Why?
and not suffer sin upon him.
You see that? It says rebuke thy neighbor and what?
Not suffer sin upon him.
So when you rebuke your neighbor, you're supposed to correct them so that they either don't sin against you and get you angry, or when we see our neighbors walking in pants, we gotta correct them and say, or a homosexual, we could be like, brother, the Bible says you shouldn't be a homosexual. Don't be a homosexual like the Bible says. Young lady, cover up yourself according to the Bible. So that is us rebuking our people, meaning we correcting our people. Check what I'm saying? So this is what we're here doing. We're just showing our people through correction who the true depiction of Christ is. So let's say you said something earlier, nobody's seen Christ. So let's get 1 Corinthians chapter 15 verse 4. So let's see who saw. Let's see if anybody saw Christ.
Those in the Bible, but nobody on the earth.
Okay, let's see. Nobody on earth. Let's see if nobody on earth saw Christ.
I've heard them.
Right?
1 Corinthians chapter 15 and verse 4.
Come in.
And that he was burned, and that he risen again,
So this is Christ.
and that he rose again the third day according to the scripture.
So we're going to see if anybody on earth saw Christ, right?
And that he was seen of Cephas.
Seen of who?
Cephas.
Right?
Then of the 12.
You hear that? So the 12 disciples saw him, right?
Verse 5. And that he was seen of Cephas, then of the 12. After that, he was seen of above 500 brethren.
You hear that, sis? 500 men saw Christ. 500 men saw Christ, sister. You hear that? 500 men saw Christ. That's on earth. Yes, so the fact that, like for example, have you seen your great grandfather? The fact that you're here says that he exists, right? So the fact that we have this Bible, and let's see if this Bible is talking about Christ or not. Revelation chapter 1 verse 14. So what's your name again, sister? Ingrid. We're gonna go in the Bible now and see if the description of Christ, is it real or not? Revelation chapter 1 verse 1.
The book of Revelation chapter 1 and verse 1.
Ingrid, don't get distracted.
The revelation of Jesus Christ.
Here where it says, Ingrid, the revelation of Jesus. You know, revelation means to reveal, right? Of who? Revealing of who?
of Jesus Christ.
See that? So we're going into it now. Verse 14.
His head and his ears were white like wool.
So Christ had a literal head. And what?
White like wool.
Head and hairs were white like wool. This is the Ingrid. Question, Ingrid. Which one of these is the real Christ? You say we ain't know, right? But this is the one in army shows, right? So is any of the hair white? Are these over here white? Only this one, right? So strike one. Keep reading.
As white as snow, and his eyes were as a flame of fire.
So Christ's eyes. You hear what the Bible says? His eyes. Why is that important? Ingrid, take a good look at this image here. Tell me what color are the eyes in here? What color are the eyes? What color are the eyes you seeing? Are you seeing blue eyes? Are you seeing purple eyes? You seeing green eyes? What you seeing, Ingrid? Tell the people what you see. You see black eyes?
Yeah.
What else? What else? Keep talking.
Where are you?
Gray eyes. What about what color is this one eyes? What color is that one eyes?
Where to me?
Blue. It's a blue eye. Yeah. Right. Right. So any of them. Well, let's see now. Let's measure it up to Christ now. Let's see what color of Christ's eyes. You see why it's important? Because they give a fake image. Read the eyes part.
And his eyes were as a flame of fire.
Hear that? Flame of fire mean red. Yeah, these guys red eyes red. Like you saw black, you see blue, you see gray, right? So it's important. The Bible gives, Frankie, the Bible gives a description of Christ, right? So none of these guys' hair is white, and none of these eyes red, right? So let's get the complexion.
And his feet like unto fine brass.
So Ingrid, when I see your foot, top of your foot is the same complexion as your face, right? Same complexion, right?
Yeah.
Right. So let's see. His feet is what?
Like unto fine brass.
You know what color brass is, Ingrid? Brass, B-R-A-S-S? Brass. Brass. Copper color. It's a copper color, right? So, any of these guys' skin is copper color? Okay, let's see how. So,
But why here? Moses write the book, but man write it over, they find their own image and print the picture.
right. And you know that's biblical?
They print what they want.
You know what you just say is biblical, right? So, man, she said, say that again, Ingrid. Say it loud so people could hear, because we're teaching while we're here. Say it, Ingrid. Talk to them, man. Come, Ingrid. Come closer. Tell them what happened. What you say about man?
I said, man, write the book how they want it.
Right. So, man, write the book how they want it. Let's see if that's biblical.
The image of God, how they want it.
You hear what she said? Ingrid said, they open the book and put the image of what they want. Let's see if that's biblical. Read.
The book of 1 Maccabees chapter 3 and verse 48.
Ingrid, you listen to this? We're reading the Maccabees. The Maccabees was in the original King James Bible. Nowadays they took it out. So what happened in the Maccabees? Read.
And laid open the book of the law.
So they opened the book of the law. You said man, eh? Let's find out which man. Read.
Wherein the heathen,
Hear what it says? The what?
the heathen had sought to paint the likeness of their images.
So the heathen opened the book and sought to paint their likeness. Finish it out?
Of their images.
Right. But you hear what it says here? Okay, sis. The house of deliverance is not biblical, eh? It's not biblical. But you hear what the part says here? Remember you said they put the image in the Bible. Hear what the Bible says about that part. Read the image.
And the heathen had sought to paint the likeness of their images.
Hear that? Just like what you said, they paint the images. So when we look at the description of Christ in the Revelation, we see that this is a fake image. This is what they did. This is what they gave us. A fake image.
I don't
Right?
really follow the color. I follow the word that
Okay. All right. So if you follow the word, 1 John 4 and 2. If you follow the word, you have to follow what they say, right? There's a sense in a spirit from you that you say you're a Christian and you go to which church you say? House of Deliverance, right? In Tabernacle. So you follow the word. You want to follow the word. So this is what the word
I
says.
tell somebody,
Yeah. Yeah.
that
Nobody is perfect.
Fact.
He said that he is perfect and his church is perfect. But everybody make mistakes.
True.
what the Bible says.
If you fall, you get up.
So that's true. So we're going into what the Bible says when it comes to color. Right, Ingrid, listen to this closely.
Book of 1 John chapter 4 and verse 2. Hereby know he the Spirit of God.
So here, God is telling us, Ingrid, how do we know the Spirit of God? Read.
Every spirit that confesseth that Jesus Christ is come in the flesh is of God.
So Christ come in what? In the flesh, right? So if he come in the flesh, he gotta come as a race, right? So what race is he?
My mother is a black woman.
The man is a black woman, right?
My father is a white man.
Oh, he's a white man. Okay. So here this here, sister. Numbers 1 and 8. So we're showing you. We understand that some of our people on their mother's side, they will have other races. And the same thing like you. Like your mother is a black woman and your father is a white man, right? So when it comes to the Bible now, this is how we determine our lineage. This is how the Bible instructs us to determine our lineage. Read.
The book of Numbers chapter 1 and verse 80. And they assembled all the congregation together
This is the Israelites.
on the 4th day of the 2nd month.
So this is a time of the month. Read.
And they declare their pedigree.
You know what a pedigree is? You know what pedigree is? And they what? And they what?
And they declare their pedigree
So they establish their pedigree, meaning their race. Read.
after their families
After their families, they establish families. Read.
by the house of their fathers.
No, the house of the woman.
By the house of their fathers.
No, the house of my great grandmother.
By the house of their fathers.
So how does the Bible determine lineage? According to the mother or the man or the woman? Man. And you know why that's important? Because we carry the race. You guys are carried for 9 months. We had it from since we're born. Right? So the Bible says you determine the lineage from the man. How we carry the seed. Right? So, in a case like yours, you are part of what is called the Caucasians. Right? Because your father is a white man. Right? And you know our history as a people. We went to slavery. And you know who brought us in slavery. Right? Let me get Deuteronomy 20 and 68. So just real quick before you go, sis. This is Bible prophecy. All this here is Bible prophecy, right? And the Bible shows us who did this to us and what should we call them according to the Bible, right?
Book of Deuteronomy chapter 28 and verse 68. And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships.
So you see, Egypt is, when was in Egypt the first time? It was slaves, right? He said we're gonna go into Egypt again with ships, right? See that? Cargo slave ships. So these people that brought us into Egypt again with slave ships, verse 48, show you who these people are to us. Right? 48. 48.
Verse 48. Therefore shalt thou serve thine enemy.
Hear what the Bible say? We shall what?
Serve thine enemy.
See that? So God is saying those people that brought us into slave ships, God said they are our enemies because they did this to us. Friends don't do this to each other, right? So now you as a sister knowing this truth now, you gotta understand that you gotta make sure that whatever you do, you don't do to the detriment of the Israelites. That these people, as drunk as they be and ignorant as they be, they are the chosen of God. And this is what God said about them. As about Deuteronomy 7 and 6. As much as you see them hating each other, banging their drinks, and killing one another, and all of that, this is how God called them, right? But when we look at ourselves, we are rejects. But this is what God said. Deuteronomy 14 and 2.
Deuteronomy chapter 7 and verse 6. For thou art an holy people unto the Lord thy God.
Hear what God called them? We are a holy people. Read.
The Lord thy God has chosen thee to be a special people
So the Israelites are a special people
unto himself above all people that are upon the face of the earth.
no, below all people.
Above all people that are upon the face of the earth.
So even though you see them act like they're below, God have them above all people. Because when you look at us in running and stuff like that, so Ingrid, you get a little edification. So what color is Christ, Ingrid? What color is Christ? That's right. All praises. All praises. Ingrid know what's going on.
Nation is men leading by example. Nation is family. Nation is community. Nation is children with role models.